Hey Mark, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So
Well,
we're doing our monthly updates.
for Innisfil?
Yeah,
Yeah, they look okay.
you're gonna be shocked.
I know. Kind of surprised, especially when Barry's down 9%. I was kind of surprised again, seeing some headlines on you know what's that? On counter real estate transactions were up in July over last year.
Okay,
Listings are up
so this is my other issue. We always see delay, right?
usually.
So usually Toronto starts before we do,
Yeah,
but Innisfil has mostly all Toronto buyers.
yeah,
All.
I know. Yeah.
So is it coming here now?
Gonna find out, see what we're
August and September look like.
right, right, right. So that'll be you know what I mean? We're looking at Barry 9%, 7% year to date down. Hmm. Let's see if we can catch up. Even if we're flat to last year, would be a big win for the market.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So it's not up huge. But the
Yes.
fact that it's not down huge like every other month was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in July, um, 57 sales, last year 55.
Okay.
The actives went from 410 to 387.
Inventory drop. And we could see some people too also terminating in July and say, hey, we'll relist it in the fall.
Well, listen, the same thing happened last year, 307 to 296. Like it did go down,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we still have 23% more inventory
Than last year.
than last year.
Mhm. How much more inventory in Barry by chance? I'm just curious to look. 34% more
Yep, right there.
right there. So
It
yeah,
was
well,
at 36, now it's at 34. And
yeah.
in June, the sales were down 23%. Now they're 9.2.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was all, it's also a slower month in July, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like it is.
Yeah.
So there was 55 sales. We went to 57,
Yeah.
and the average sale price was 845 last year. It's 852 this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the year to date um was 442,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's 413. So it's 6.5. You know, this computer doesn't like you to put negatives, eh?
Yeah, I can see that. What's the
Yeah.
413? Is that the listings?
This is the year to date sales.
Oh, year-to-date sales. I see. Okay. I see.
So at
Okay.
this time last year, it was 442. We're at 413. So we were 8% down last month over
Okay.
year to year.
Yep. Yep.
And now we're 6.5. So it seems to be going down.
Yeah. And look at Barry, 7.6% down over last year, year to date.
It actually increased.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hmm, maybe some of the markets are saying picked up a bit of steam. Innisfil, obviously.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, I didn't expect that because, we keep reporting the same kind of things in Innisfil, right? Nothing much changes. So it's kind of nice to see, a little bit more in the positive side for that market. And like you said, it's all driven by North York, Toronto people,
Mm-hmm.
buyers. So interesting. No, that's good. So let's go through some solds and kind of look at
So 5 to 6, which we know is like a really low range
yeah,
there.
yeah,
There was 2 sales, 6 active, and last year one, so it was up 50%, but
yeah. Whew, big
there,
gain.
there's not a lot there.
Not a lot there at those price points.
No.
No.
6 to 7, 12 sales. Last year only six,
Yeah.
25
Okay.
active.
All right. So, all right.
So it went up 50% again.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 to 8, 7 sales this year, 10 last year.
Yeah.
Only 30 actives though.
Yeah. No, it's all the big, that whole community is made up of over 1 million and above.
Exactly. And
So
that one was down 30%, but it's also like you said, a range that's very small.
that's right.
Now,
Not the
eight
right.
to nine, eight
Yeah.
sales this year, only five last year,
Yeah.
up 38%.
Mm.
And there's still 54 actives. Like there's still quite a bit in that range.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I want to take a picture of that. That was from my records. Yeah. Well, there's some inventory in that range, right? So when we look at that range, okay, 8 sold, 54. So 13% without again a calculator. What's again, I always defer back. What's the other remaining 87% doing? This is the concern, right? There's still
Well,
a
I've gone
large
on to,
inventory that's not selling, and I don't think it's we talk about it, but I don't know if the overall if the
I,
agent
well, listen, Mark, I've gone to 2 listing appointments in that price range in Innisfil from YouTube calls in the last 2 weeks.
right.
One of them was very, very, um, what's the word for it?
Just say it.
No, I'm trying to think of the word. No, they were very realistic, one of them. Like they looked at the other listings and what the prices were and the high eights, the mid eights, and felt like they were actually lower. They knew that. The other one was way too high compared to, you know, how much needed to be done and what other houses were selling for and the updates they had. So one was really realistic and one wasn't.
Right. Now, one that you were saying was on the market for some time. So they've got time on they've not, I shouldn't say time on their side, but they've tested the market and it didn't deliver the result.
We're not even really getting showings.
We've got showings, and let me guess, they probably put it back at the same price. You probably signed with the same agent. So you're going to get the same result.
Yes.
So let's just say that, right? Like, this is the thing. Like, you went there and you say, we need to do this, 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 and this because your price is wrong because you got 120 days in the market and you're not standing out. Your home needs a lot of work and you're asking too much money for someone to come in here. So I don't understand that.
Well, I didn't understand it either, but I felt like
He said,
I
not,
think one of the
tell
biggest mistakes that people make is comparing houses. Like, just because you like something doesn't mean other people will. Like when I flip a house or do renovations or talk to my clients, I do suggestions on mass buying opinion, meaning like I had one in Barrie. It's a perfect example of this. The main floor was yellow and orange. So
right.
when you walked in, it was all yellow, and then the dining room was orange. And we were listed for like 2, 3 months. And I said, listen, man, we need to paint the main floor. The bedrooms weren't bad colors. I said, we have to because we're not getting showings, and those colors like just turn people off. And the one house I went to had that issue as well. So I talked him into painting the main floor light gray. Mark, the first person through bought it.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take much to update or something. And again,
Well, some people have to realize a lot of people can't see past paint. Some can, some can't. So if
well,
you're looking online and you're comparing your house, these houses, all both I went to, same house, exact same house,
right.
all the
Well,
same. But
he's
I
not
mean, if you're going to convince yourself that my house is better or my house doesn't need this work and my this is really good or that's really good, well, if it's 30 years old, it's dated. And people, if it would cost 80 grand to update it, you have to price it even way lower than the 80 grand because you have to price it for somebody to actually take it on.
and not everybody wants to take these projects on. They don't
No.
want a lot of people don't have an extra 80 grand sitting around in a line of credit or 80 grand in a bank account today to go do these mass renovations. I hate doing renovations when I live in the house. You live in a construction site for time. It's just a dust bowl. It's brutal living. Hate it.
Well, Mark, think about this.
Time involved in getting the materials, getting the feedback, getting guidance to do it, getting workers to show up. It's a lot of work.
Well, and think about this. I can pay 80 grand less for this house, and then I need the 80 grand cash to be able to fix it.
No, it's like I said. Yes.
Or I can buy this one for 80 grand more and do nothing And that
Correct.
80 grand is rolled into my mortgage.
Correct. A lot
I
easier.
still need the 80 grand from somewhere, right?
100%.
So if I'm going to take on this one where I need to do work, I want like 150 grand off, not 80. Because I might as well just go buy this one then.
So,
And I tried to kind of explain that to him that, even though it's only, you think, well, my price is 40 grand lower or 50 grand lower, but it's going to cost more money than that to get your house up to this house.
100%.
And you have to give somebody a good enough deal that there's motivation to actually purchase it and do the work.
You should have said, okay, great, go spend the 80 grand and get it back up to the 930 or 940 level where you're comparing that this one sold this price and I'm 80 grand cheaper. He should go and spend the 80 grand, live at the construction site. Maybe you might get a buyer. Maybe. Or you lower your price.
You lower the price and get rid of it. If you don't have the money, you could paint. I would have painted.
And I would have touched price or lowered it down. Yes, you do some cosmetic things, but if he thinks he wants something in the mid-9 range, it's not going to happen.
Well, he doesn't want the mid-9. He's thinking he's going to get like high 8.
Good luck. He sat there for 4 months. That's 120 days in the market in that range. And let's just talk about that range. So,
this is the range, 8 to 9.
8 to 9, and we got 54 listings, and 12 or 13%. The other 87% is sitting there. There's a reason why it's sitting there, though. This is where I don't understand if that was me going listing point, here would have been, I would have rolled out the spreadsheet and going, you're in this range. Here's the July numbers. Here's what's sold, whatever.
We already knew them.
If he knew them, then he's not listening. Then he just wasted your goddamn time. Bottom line.
Well, he make, like, I think a lot of people just are not realistic about their house. Like, yes, some of the things he did, 20 something years ago were high end, but they're not high end now.
It's not everybody wants people don't want 20 years ago. They want it updated for what's in today. Spend some money.
And there's properties out there with it at that range.
Yeah, and they sell. And so we're talking about that range a lot. So I want to make sure maybe you can go back. Well, we can't show sold because heaven forbid we let that information go out. But we'll look at some active listings in that range, right? I think we should pull up his listing, what we're talking about. But before we go further, I took screenshots of a fabulous comment. And this gentleman nailed it right on the head. Like, I took 3 pictures of it, I think. Oh, shoot. Let's give me 1 second. It was probably the best comment I ever had. His name's Casey. He said, the market is flooded with a lot of newer real estate agents. Oh, yes, Casey. 10 million of them. Many of the newer and less established agents are desperate for work. So sellers can always find someone to tell them what they want to hear. Very true. If someone won't list my property for X amount dollars, then I'll find someone that will. Yeah, you will. That combo leads to stagnation and less price discovery due to lower activity. At the same time, it leads to more inventory building. What we're seeing.
Yes.
Sellers have their asking prices anchored to peak pricing. Casey, you couldn't say it better. Yes, they do. And we've been saying it for months and months and months. What are you doing with this pricing? It's wrong. The average person hasn't the slightest clue of how macroeconomics works. Average people are usually the last to figure it out. Remember all the FOMO, afraid of missing out during the pandemic years. It shows how people think in like a herd mentality. Oh, yes. Hang on, I took screenshots. Everyone follows what everyone else is doing. So true.
Mm-hmm.
Look at viral trends, etc. We've become such sheep. People are so gullible, easily gaslit by mainstream news, 1,000,000%. There's a general lack of critical thinking skills. Once the mass figure out that the sentiment isn't going to improve from cuts, then you'll see more motivation. That will be determined. We don't know how that's going to play out. Economy's got some cracks in it. We're all hoping that hey, it's going to drive it, but what's the unemployment picture look like? Question mark. Once the masses figure out that sentiment, so we'll have all the sheep motivated at once trying to front run each other before prices go lower and lower. This will change the anchor point in which sellers are comparing their sale to. Instead of comparing it to its peak prices, they'll be looking at what their neighbors had recently sold for. We've said it on and on again. We got to look at solds. Yes, I look at actives, what's on the market to educate and see how we compare and how we look at the price point. I don't put a lot of value. Sorry to get off topic. This will change anchor point. So instead of comparing to peak prices, they'll be looking at what their neighbors sold for after that. Once a trend is established, activity will follow. It's psychology and sentiment driven. It's like coyote chases the roadrunner off a cliff. We are in a monetary pause before the coyote drops. Once momentum picks up, you should see a ton more action because the more price discovery you have, the easier you can set an anchor reference point for own sale. No one wants to be the first to make a move. We've seen that in Innisfil market and coincide to a lower price, too much uncertainty moment, and there still is hopes that lower rates will save the day. It's not happening in 2024. I don't think it's happening midway through 2025. That hope will soon fade as the technical recession hits. That's what we don't know, right?
I think he's wrong about this part anyway.
Well, we're going to find out. I don't think he's far off. We disagree. We agree. We don't know. But I'm going to say, let me finish and we'll chat about it. Those recession headlines, which look what happened last week in the market in the U.S. Jobs numbers came in lower than ever.
We're already in a fucking recession.
But the sentiment, it's still not being put out by the mainstream.
It's just the media is not saying we are, but we already are.
We already are, but wait till they jump on the bandwagon. Those recession headlines will really sour sentiment, will give a short-term boost to sales activity as sellers compete for buyers. Will actually be less distressed sellers, but put even more greater pressure on already current distress. So saying that, he's not wrong about a lot of things. We don't know what's going to happen, just like the next guy doesn't. But any sense of fear, I don't know.
Well, I think there's a fear going both ways. There's a fear that prices are going to go down, but there's also a fear that we're going to be back to bidding wars once the interest rate hits a certain spot. I think everybody's waiting. I think the buyers are there for sure. And what I think is happening is like, why the hell even now would I lock? My mortgage guy asked me the other day, did you lock into your mortgage? I said, no. Why the hell would I do that? Everybody's waiting for the bottom and they're trying to time it. They don't know when it's coming.
But we had the bottom drop out in 2022 come down. Prices are off a point.
Mark, all my comments, everybody thinks it's going to bottom.
Well, for sure, but they don't know the market seeing what we see. I think we've had some established bottoms where, we haven't seen price gains the last 2 years, no, but we've seen some just consolidating, staying there, going not big drops, not big peaks. We're seeing build.
The same guy said to me, "Oh, I think prices are going to drop." A mortgage guy that you and I both know. He says, "Oh, I think prices are going to drop another 10%." I said, "Oh, really?" Maybe. I said, "So are you trying to tell me that you think that my house is going to go down to 730?" And he goes, "Well, no, that won't happen." I said, "Thank you." Then he said, "Well, maybe 5%. Like when you do the math on 10, 15% at where we are right now, there's no way it's going to go down that much more. It can't, because the building costs are too high.
Well, for sure. And we're not seeing builders build right now, but when does it come a point though, where the consumers even cutting back more or layoffs and big?
It's you, Mark. I'm going to tell you right now.
I don't know.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of people in different industries. Everybody is slow. Home improvement, contractors, decking, fencing, drywallers. Everybody is at a standstill. Mm-hmm. That's a recession, man. There's no work out there because nobody has discretionary income. People are just getting by on food and gas and paying for their mortgage or their rent. That's it.
Well, I don't disagree. It's not everybody, but the majority is impacted by this. Yeah, for sure. Not everybody, but the majority. Yeah, I don't disagree.
Oh, well, I don't, yeah, not everybody is people like doctors, nurses,
People
cops.
get possession, get in equity positions and low debt. They're not, I went to the keg on Saturday. It was a it was a jungle in there. But I can go across the road over to say Jack Astor's and there's 25% of the seats not being utilized.
Well,
Different
I think the keg is also a
level.
place. Like I saw people over the weekend posting, "Oh, it's our anniversary," and there's actually another realtor that was there Saturday with for his birthday with his like 4 or 5 kids or whatever. Like that's a place people go to celebrate.
Treat. It's expensive. It's good product. Different, but it's a different income level too going to the keg. Your son and his wife aren't going to the keg on Friday, are they? With the
They do
kids?
sometimes,
Sometimes, but
but at special occasion, that's what I'm saying.
then
You
there's
go
still
for
a
your
ton of that. Like,
anniversary or you
right,
go for a
right,
birthday.
right. It's huge, right? So I don't know. I think let's go over the million one and then maybe pull
Okay.
some inventory and we'll go back to and we'll look at some inventories in the 9 to 1 million and over 1 million to
So
see.
listen, 9 to 1 million, 7 sales, 5 last year, up
So
up 29%, and there's 45 active.
okay, so 11%, safe to say that.
Well, the eight, that's why I focused on the 8 to 9 because that's actually the worst range.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, the next one's going to be pretty bad, but there's still
Uh,
a big double-digit product that's not selling, and so I want to really dive into that too with days on
so
market.
over a million, 21 sales, 20 last year, that's up 5%, 174 active.
So 11% of inventory is selling in that range. The other 89% isn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's concerning. So I'm looking forward to seeing some homes and with triple digits on them and asking big money with no updates. And we can look at some that and we'll
Well,
try to,
most of them over a million are newer builds.
yeah, but some of them are okay.
It's the
Some
eight
of them
to
are.
nine, it's the 8 to 1 million that are the 25, 30-year old. I'll show you. I like that's because there's a lot of brand new builds or newer builds in Innisfil,
There are. Yeah.
and they're priced high, or they're like they're good locations, big lots, like in the million.
You're going to million, you're going 8 to 9.
Well, first I'm going to show you the million
All right.
because
All right.
like all of these streets, I'm not even going to go over them.
No, just go
Um,
to home. Make it
well,
easy.
this one's in Guildford. Hold on. I want to see if it's water. I think that's the water right there, isn't it?
No,
That's the
but
thing with Innisfil. Some of them are priced high because of the location
no
to
water.
the water, right?
It's not by the water. It's a way over by the water.
Yeah, this one's the same, but they're crazy. I mean, they did some nice updates in here, but 3+2 bedroom bungalow,
Okay.
1,029,000
Good luck on that one. Thanks. On the
on the
10th
10th
line.
line.
Good luck. Ooh, kitchen. Okay, stop there. Stop there. Let's go back. Let's go back. I want to go back because I know I want to look at the days on market. 102 days on market. Pull up the history. So it's 102 days, lower 3 months. Had it rented out. Okay. Okay. Good luck on that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then you start getting into like these, right?
So let's go through the listing in detail. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Million.
They're beautiful homes.
Yeah. I want to go. Okay.
They're
Slow
beautiful
down. Whoa,
homes.
whoa, whoa,
Like
whoa, whoa,
I've been
whoa.
in this whole subdivision and they're beautiful. They're 9 foot ceilings, big trim throughout. Very well like the construction there is really nice. And it's done very well.
See the kitchen. Terrible kitchen. Terrible kitchen.
I don't find it terrible.
It's-
These houses are big.
I don't think that's over 25. 2 to 25, I think. No finished basement, probably.
Yeah, but look at the bedrooms.
Big.
Yeah. Second floor thing. These are like newer builds, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
What's
a lot of them in Innisfil, you watch. Same thing.
go back? Oh,
1327
go
Hunter, a
back.
million 40.
Go back to see what were the days on market because the inventory is bananas there. So I'll
37.
hit history. That's it, I think.
37.
What's the square footage on that anyway, by chance?
They don't give you the exact, so it's over 2,000, but they
Hmm.
don't tell you. So
Or
I can't tell you.
might some a lot cheaper in Barrie for that price, under 2,000 square feet or in that range.
Not a house like this, though.
No, not brand new. No, or
No.
for 5 years old. No,
A million 40 on Hunter. 3 bed, 4 bath.
25 to 3, 13 days on market. So yeah, put that figure. Okay, nice
Hold on, I
tile.
had to plug my computer in because battery
Oh,
was dying. So now all this stuff pops up.
great street.
This is country home built. This was like my house, and they're nice, man.
Kind of like the black framing inside, to be honest. Never really
The
seen it.
black trim, yeah, a lot of people do that now. This
Or
is
in the
my exact bedroom at Hunter.
big home.
They're done well, Mark. They're nice.
Finished base, finished basement too. One in the backyard. Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
it backs onto EP too. Yeah. That's what I backed onto too when I lived there.
Hmm. What's the price on that?
A million 40.
Find it that bad for that size.
That's what I'm saying. Granger Loop, 4 bedroom, 4 bath.
Hunter was showed a lot better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nice size homes though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is a thing that Innisfil has a whole bunch of these,
And
right?
buyers choices. Yeah, 174 of them, Dan.
Yeah,
With a
this one's on the market 54 days. Dawson Crescent, around the corner from Hunter, a million 69, 6 bed, 4 bath.
and we've gone through 3 or 4 of these in the same kind of square footage range, and they're kind of priced 1,040,000 to 1,070,000. Like the high ceilings like that. Those staircase looks really high, doesn't it?
Mine was like that.
Oof.
Yeah. You believe me, when you walk down, you held on to the rail.
Yeah.
Oh, my house was this exact one. We had the fireplace here, and then I had the family room there and the dining room over there. It's a big house. It's a big footprint. Like, but this is why you have so many at this high price.
A lot of inventory.
Yeah.
Let me pull the history. Well, we'll do it for mom's curious once in a while.
They did 899 and withheld offers and didn't get anything, and now they're a million 69.
It's working those kind of homes.
Another one. Like these are all like almost the same. Do you see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they are. They are.
This one even has oh, we're running out of time. This one even has a balcony off the master bedroom.
Yeah. So they got a lot of different layouts, same square footage, kind of price the same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they're not selling. So do you think
No.
that Do you think that the sellers are going, oh, well, Dawson's price that way, let's Hunter's price this way, let's price ours.
I don't know. I think, Mark, the problem is, to tell you the truth, I just think the market's too slow. Like people are just not buying.
I'm not buying the expensive homes. It's so hard to qualify.
It's too hard to qualify. This is in
And
Stroud, I think.
we're seeing 11% of the market in the higher range sell. That's it. It's not a lot. It's not a lot.
No, it's just I don't think people can afford it.
Portabilities for sure. Yeah. Would you want to have a big fat mortgage? I wouldn't.
No, but I mean, this is a problem. Like I know a lot of these streets, and they're newer streets, and they're big homes.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult, right?
You want to do the 8 to 9 real quick? How much time we got left?
I think we got enough.
All right, go check it out. I'd like to see that house you went. I'd like to see that range because that's got some inventory and a little older house, a little older area.
That's why for me, the $1 million ones, it's hard to say. Like a lot of them show well, Mark. It's not like they show like shit.
I don't disagree. A lot of the newer stuff shows pretty well. You can, but it's also priced. They're all priced the same.
Mid-unit townhouse, 807.
Take a look at that.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Good size. It's a good size to it. And I don't find that a bad price.
They're beautiful, Mark. I mean, I've been in some of them.
It's a big unit. I don't find
It's big.
Yeah. Like the kitchen. Look at the kitchen. Look at the eating kitchen. Good living space. Got a lot of counter space.
Sports.
Yep.
This is a master with an ensuite,
So
walk-in closet, bedrooms.
that's got to be over 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Decent
It,
backyard.
it is 15 to 2000.
Price is good. Price is good.
Okay, hold on. But where we get into the problem, I think, is a bunch of these. Now, I've never looked at this one. 4-bed, garden, older area, quiet street.
68 days in the market.
Somebody redid it.
This is so bad. Put some.
No, it's been totally redone.
Yeah,
I've sold on garden. Believe me, this is totally redone.
sure. Yeah, it's not bad. Did nice work.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're done this one, let's go see. Let's see the
Big
history.
bedroom.
Yeah, because I think the renovation's nice. The upgrades are nice. I really like what they've done.
Me too.
They're decent size. I would have spent some money on the closet doors, but whatever. They've done. They've done okay. Let's see the history on that thing. 68 days on market. No. Wow. Started off at 849
Mm-hmm.
back in May.
Mm-hmm.
39, 1,500 square feet. Townhouse had that. Newer, got more square footage.
This is right around the corner.
Yeah.
849.
Yeah. Terrible pictures. Holy cow. Doesn't show as well as the other one.
Nope. But see, that's what I mean. When you show that one at 839 and it's not selling, you show this one. If you went to this person's house, what would you say?
Let's go back to the other one, book a second showing.
No, no. If you went to this seller and they said, my house isn't selling. Like when you look at the two of them and this one's actually more money, what would you tell this person? Your price is too high.
Well, I would have showed that one and saying, why are we priced at this price to begin with? Why are we here? 28 days in the market on the market. We pulled the history up, but are the agents sitting down with their clients today and showing them exactly why do you think it's worth 850 when this is 839 or 829? Look how well it shows, and they're struggling with days on market.
Well, when I was trying,
Make sense to me.
this one's 849,999.
Like,
No basement.
we're never getting it. So it's an old cottage, rent small bedroom, cleaned up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to get it ever, ever. So again, it becomes a pricing issue. Let's go back to that guy's comments from the channel, which, well, someone's going to take the listing. Yeah, that's right. A lot of new agents, right?
I'm trying to find some that
879. Really?
I haven't looked at the yard's huge, but
Not everybody wants a big yard. Home shows its age. Not,
do you see what I'm saying?
I exactly see what you're saying. It becomes a pricing issue. We are in a market that won't get that price. 2 days in the market. Let's pull the history on that. 879
That's it.
listing. You're not getting 879. You're just not. The
Nope.
pictures are terrible. Some iPhones are possibly. Doesn't show that well.
Okay, 4 bed, 3 bath, 880. The only thing is it's a half-acre lot because it's in Stroud.
Right.
Where am I at here? 880
50 days in the market.
on a court.
What's the square footage? Probably 16. So folks, just really look at the souls, actives as a guide only, right? And ask yourself what the motivation is to sell. Say it again, say it again, say it again. I'll say it one more time. Get 3 or 4 agents. Look
So
at the number.
you're looking at this right at 880?
Oh yeah,
Doesn't show terrible.
it's so terrible. 880 though? Well, I want to see the square footage. I
Yep.
don't mind the floor
Well,
plan.
it's 4 bedrooms, so it's bigger than you think.
49 days in the market.
It doesn't say.
Pull the history on again. I keep looking for more history and I can't see anything coming up. But when we're seeing the average takes 27, 28 days in the market, we're almost double.
945.
45.
Oh, it started at a million and 1,025,000
So,
in November.
right, like it makes 0 sense.
Well, they're
Right.
down almost what, 250 grand?
Yeah, well, it's still not an 880. That's maybe 1650. I don't even think it's 17. It's okay. But I still like the one that we saw there that was nicely done at 839. I still like that one better,
Yep.
right? So who's looking at this?
Okay, we only got 1 minute left. This is
All right,
888.
let's
888. You got to see this one.
go quick because you can flip through the pictures. So
Are
folks,
you looking?
just flip through. I'll talk. Um, you want more information in this film market, reach out to Dan or myself, follow for more information. Always, I love the pitch. I love the color. Love it.
This is the exact same house that we just looked at with all the light hardwood.
Oh, is that the one? Okay. Um, the prices, they're never getting it. Get numbers. Make sure that your agents have the numbers and has the data to support it. Okay. To guide you. This is not a market where we just put a sign up and it sells in a day or two. You need guidance. You need to understand the market. Take your time, interview.